Almost on time.
What up, though?
Hey. All right. We're just going to give it a couple minutes. Here we go with that. Give it a couple minutes for some folks to come in.
How's work?
It's all right.
Work extra.
You said, how was I? You said, how was I? Well, yeah.
You said I can't do it.
Well, how you gonna schedule me on my child's birthday though? And here's the thing: the paper that I had filled out on the 5th, mind you. Hi, Kasha. The paper. We're gonna start in just a second. The paper that I had filled out on the 5th was still in the same spot. Like, so she didn't even bother to look at it when she made the schedule.
Right. The hell you
and
give it to
I'm
me
like,
for?
But I make copies of everything that every time I put a request in, I make copies because I'm like, you got that.
Well, somebody is here to start.
Yep, let's start. Good evening.
What up?
I am Bastet. This is
Umoja.
Yes. All right. So tonight's topic is about toxic masculinity. And is black masculinity toxic by nature? So we're going to talk a little bit about that. We'll go through the whatever. Let's go through the thing. Listen, don't have your kids listening to this unless you don't mind them listening to cuss words, because that's how we roll. We're not experts. We just having a conversation. Feel free to join. All right, so let's talk about what is masculinity even in the first place, because I feel like there's a lot of different definitions of what masculinity is. So, what is masculinity? What is it? What is it? You're a man. What's masculinity to you as a man? What is it?
I don't think just because I'm a man, I know.
Listen, I need you to help me out.
Masculinity.
Masculinity.
I think masculinity, like, I'm trying to think of, I'm trying to not think of it like dictionary definition. Masculinity is like, I would say like the quality, like the like idiosyncratic qualities of the male species, right? Like things that like states of being a male, a man. I guess. When you say masculinity, like
with the way that the world is now, you're gonna have to be more specific on what that means, because
there
are some people out there who
some people could say like having a deeper voice. You know what I'm saying? That's masculinity, right? Like for real, something simple as that. You know, facial hair, that's masculinity. You know what I'm saying? Like, but then now it's just
muscles.
Exactly, muscles. That's masculinity.
Just say it.
Muscles and stuff. For real, is masculinity. So
yeah.
So yeah, now it's just so superficial, and the spectrum of just masculinity, femininity, and everything else is so broad, right?
Right.
That anything goes. But yeah, I would say masculinity is the states that are defining to that of the male species, and in this case, the human beings.
Right.
That's what we're gonna say. I'm serious though, because people get crazy about this shit. Like, people will start talking about sexuality in terms of animals and comparing it, like literally some animal that don't even have the. Oh, do you know that seahorses? Motherfucker, we ain't seahorses. Stop playing. For real though, seriously though, people, it's crazy. But anyway.
All right. So when I think about masculinity, I just think that's a hard one. It's really hard.
Come on, shoot it.
Okay.
Shoot
so when I'm thinking of masculinity, I'm thinking of the strength, the muscle, the balance. I don't know. It's hard to describe. Shit. I don't know. Strength, muscle. What do y'all think? What do y'all think masculinity is? Help me out here, please. I'm gonna need
right.
I need
this
some
is
help.
Interactive.
Yes,
shit.
it's interactive.
For real.
What do you think masculinity is? Like, what is your definition of masculinity?
So you was like, it's interesting that you just got caught up like strength. Strength and
it is.
like,
it is. Yeah, but it is.
Basically.
But when I'm not necessarily thinking of like this kind of strength, but there's just I don't know. There's a different strength that men and women have, I think.
Yeah, for sure.
So I mean, there is muscle behind that, but there's also just, I don't know, a different kind of strength, I guess. Thanks, y'all. Thanks for helping me out with that one. I appreciate it. Y'all watching, but y'all not telling me anything about what masculinity is, but okay.
Maybe they don't know.
Hey, Lisa. Lisa, what do you think masculinity is? Like, what is your definition of masculinity? Like, help me out, because I'm thinking like strength, a strong leader.
A strong.
Thanks, Adani.
Muscles.
I'm glad you're home safe. Muscles, yeah, but God, just men. They're just their whole presence. I can't even describe what that is. I don't know, but whatever. But where do we even get this definition of masculinity from? That's what I would like to know, because I feel like like I said, some people's definition of masculinity, strength, self-respect, protector. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking too. Lisa, thank you. Thank you, girl. That's my girl right there. She was helping me out. That's kind of what I was thinking too, though. Well, anyway, what's up, Logan? Yes, Lisa, they do. They command attention when they enter the room. It's that energy. There's a certain energy that comes off of men it's a masculine energy, but I can't really tell you what masculinity is. It's just, it's what it is. But where are we getting our definition of masculinity from? Because is masculinity different for different people or for different cultures and such? Is it? I mean,
I think so. Yeah, of course. I think so, and I think that's the important question to ask. The deeper we get into this, and something that always need to like be at the forefront, is that like, where are we getting the definition of masculinity from? Mm-hmm. Especially as we go on and start talking about toxic masculinity, right? Like, where are we getting these definitions from? Mm-hmm. That's really important, because like, what defines us as a man in this culture, in Western culture, American culture, is totally different from other cultures. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Seriously though, like, we have this conception of like big car, the big home, nice woman, right? Mm-hmm. But you got to get the big car to get so you got to get the money to get the big car,
right? To
get the girl and everything else, right? So yeah, so you got to be hip. You got to know the latest fads and everything else. So our definition is completely capitalistic driven, if we want to really
of masculinity.
It is. Mm-hmm. It is. Like,
you're right. If you think about, in fact, I remember in high school thinking about this. Like, why in the music and just in general, why do they call women bitches and hoes? Yet we're the thing that defines whether they're making it or not, or whether they're whether they're the shit or not.
See, I know we ain't even on this part of it, but how we talk about toxic masculinity, and we'll have these songs where literally they're talking about, oh, you just need this dick in your mouth, or bend over and shut up and take it, and women will be singing this and happy and clapping and shaking to it, but then not knowing that they programming themselves, and they're assisting in the programming of generations of men and boys and women, and then they'll say like, well, why are you doing this, like, motherfucker? But you can, and it's hella petty, but it's true. We'll sit up there and say the raunchiest shit, but then it'd be like, oh, well, why are men like this? Hello,
right?
That's part of that programming. But anyway, we really want.
But how do you think it's different, like across cultures? Like what?
I'll tell you how.
Okay.
Go ahead. No. Go ahead. Maybe
that's
some
what
other
I'm
people
saying.
Trying to say. I don't want to take over. I was trying to move that.
Shaking it.
I'm trying to move that. Sorry, y'all. Sorry.
Oh my
right.
goodness.
All that extra.
Right. It's because you kept tapping on it. But I'm not super familiar with a lot of other cultures and stuff. But I would think that in other places, that masculinity looks a little bit different because the situation is different.
Right. Well, when you talk about culture, specifically in Western culture, and it spreads out to every other culture, literally, it's just that some cultures can't afford to to live the quote unquote American dream and shit, right? But we so media driven, we so like visually driven, we so capitalistic driven that it's completely 100% on I got this. Right. I got the girl. I got a better girl than you. I got bigger muscles than you. Right. I'm bigger than you. I got a bigger car than you. Right. I got a bigger dick than you. Right. I mean, we about this close to just whipping it out and measuring this shit. Right. I'm just saying, like I ain't never really came down to no weird shit like that. But I'm just saying, like hypothetically speaking, though, some men are really is all about like what you got, not who you actually are. It's what you got. Right. And this is the cool part about it. Women go into it too. Yeah. First thing y'all do, look us up and down, like what you got, what you working with. What do you bringing to the table? Like,
so Lisa said something good. She said, in other cultures, a lot of times masculinity is defined by a man's honor.
Exactly. Yeah.
So what it really is the fact that the black man refused to stand for something and said he falls for pussy. I mean,
that got something to do about it. But that's an all man thing. That ain't a black man thing. That's a masculinity thing. Because we talking about masculinity, right?
That's not not black men.
But us as black men though, it is like if we're talking about some of our problems, it's okay to isolate that as a black man thing. But that's like a masculinity thing.
That's across the thing.
It's totally a masculinity thing. Like black masculinity does look different. It really does. Yeah,
that's
right?
what I wanted to say. Like
but that is one of them things that's universal.
Right. So what is the difference? What is the difference between masculinity, like, say, in the Western culture? Is that what we're calling it? Or in the white culture?
European culture, yeah.
In the European culture. What's the difference between the masculinity in the European culture versus black men, versus black culture?
You answer that first.
Well, I don't deal with white boys, so I don't know what to tell you.
Just from what you see, I don't deal with white boys either.
Okay.
Hang on, let's see what Adani said.
Personally, being from the islands, masculinity is supposed to be the first line protector, the head of the family, head provider, and the face of the family, and that's based on what I learned from my father. There's more, but can I get it? And grandfather.
Father and grandfather.
Yeah, and that makes sense too. And that's kind of along the line where I was thinking, where it was like that strength and that protector.
But see, here's the catch. Some people will literally give your description, Adani, and say that's toxic masculinity.
That's true.
Facts.
I've seen it.
Facts. These are what I just said. What Bass just read of what you said, what you learned from your father and grandfather about being the protector, the head of household, the face of the household. That literally somebody will make that a bad thing.
Yeah.
Somebody will say that's 100% toxic masculinity.
Definitely seen that before. And actually, I think that's toxic
materialism.
Feminism.
Yeah.
But then they project their toxicity onto the males and say that it's toxic males.
Exactly. And we're not gonna get into this. Is talking about toxic masculinity, so we could like say like, oh yeah, women and certain things, but we're not gonna completely derail and talk about but women, because it's definitely a two-way street. But we just talking about toxic masculinity. We need to start remembering actually making sure we're actually
going back and doing the other topic, because we have to do one on men who prey on the white men who prey
something like that
on black women
in
organizations.
Back to so now that we're talking about the like masculinity, and I want to stay on this culture because once we talk about other cultures, we're going to get off of what we're talking about. Because we're talking about toxic masculinity, though.
Yeah. Okay.
Because now I see people going there. So like, what is toxic masculinity? That's the next question.
Okay. So
that's what we're talking about.
Right.
Toxic masculinity.
So I feel like toxic masculinity projects itself in things like being focused on what a woman looks like and what she can do for you based on what she looks like, and not actually who she is, and that whole thing where it's like and there's a thin line, but that whole thing where it's like I'm not gonna wash the dishes. I'm not washing dishes because that's woman's work. You can't take out the garbage because that's man's work. When you have that whole thing that's completely divided, and it gets to a point where, I don't know, where it's...
You're talking about gender roles.
I guess so, but I think that toxicity kind of runs into that. Yeah, I mean, kind of being a bully, using using the strength that you have against, I guess in a negative manner towards women, or even I guess towards other men as well. When you
go ahead.
Yeah, I think even like you walking around like. It's hard to explain. It's like that.
No, it's not. Go ahead.
It's like this angry energy almost that you walk around with. Like when you come in, you can feel that presence in the room, but it's not a positive thing. It's a negative thing. I think objectifying women is toxic. Yeah, but that's kind of I don't know. It's intimidation, yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Demean or oppress others, definitely that. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, definitely that. Mm-hmm. Within our black men, I think a lot of it is.
Hang on.
Oh, I'm not supposed to.
No, because I didn't even say word.
Okay, go ahead. I'm
sorry.
I
let you go.
I was saying that, but then I was like, I'm not specifying. Right, I'm not specifying black men, and I know that's what we were talking about.
I think that toxic is taking advantage of the gender masculine roles that we may have signed to use.
First, protect to take away from your family's freedom, and using your role as lead earner to hold your family hostage monetarily, or using your strength against those who look up to you. Yeah. And then it's called protocol, which our culture doesn't follow at all. Which is why we are in last place. In every other culture, the men and women play their role.
So I think that's something that we like missing here. We thinking on a level of like man-woman relationship. Like that's kind of what we're
rather than the general. That's all I can think about right now. I know,
but follow me though. When we talk about though culture, like American culture, because we still in this wicked American culture. Like when you think of violent crimes, men. When you think of murders, men. When you think of rape, men. When you think of kidnaps, men.
Right.
When you think of robberies, men. Like all of the aggressive shit in this country. Literally, like I have the numbers in my phone, and I didn't put them up here because I wasn't listening.
Because you weren't listening to me when I said
I wasn't listening to my feminine energy to go ahead and organize it and get it right. That toxic shit, right? I wouldn't even listen to you. But seriously, the numbers about like violent shit that happens in this is with men, it is literally insane. And now look though, that don't not extend to domestic violence, killing women. Seriously. So like it's way more to me than just like we gonna talk about it in the sense of relationships for sure, but it extends to like literally fucking up the whole culture. Mind you, one of the reasons why this country is so fucked up is because it's ran by insecure middle-aged white men who are so insecure that they ain't even smart enough to put the right women in charge of shit for balance. These stupid motherfuckers. Seriously, this is literally the reason. So when you talk about toxic masculinity, like it's like a spectrum of everything. Like I know some people like expect me to probably be like, there ain't no such thing, and it's that. Now we're gonna talk about how it's weaponized though, and how our dumb asses use it against ourselves. But we ain't there yet. But I looked at it more alone because the stuff about relationships is kind of like easy to look at. Like that's easy. Like it's like taking like yeah, for sure. Like all of that's right, but it's like deeper too on a like a global level. Like it's really it's really something. Like it got people so convinced, for instance, that God is a boy. Like women women who the most feminist and everything could be something, they're still bowing down to a man as God. Like don't even get it. Real talk.
Exactly. That's true.
It's
That's
hella true. Our Father. But anyway.
Okay.
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I was just saying what is toxic masculinity, and y'all explained it like the relationship part. I was just thinking more
and I'm
about
glad
the,
that you did that because I couldn't
and aggression part.
It was hard for me to think along that line.
So
there.
So
what's this?
Oh yeah, no. Well, I was gonna talk about like where the term came from like later to do, because I thought it was a white woman. I don't know why I thought it was a white woman, but it was actually a white man, still a white person, and it wasn't to because I was thinking about how like we'll take on whatever they give us,
and
then run with it. Yeah, we'll take whatever they give us, especially in academia. Like, they just got like everything, and then we use it though. We use it against ourselves instead of using it and see like, why are they doing this, and see how can we benefit from it. And yeah, this white dude, psychologist Shepard Bliss, coined the word in the 80s, and he led a movement that I didn't write down. Something poetic, mytho-poetic. Do somebody know what I'm talking about? Right, it's some weird stuff about like men transitioning to be alternative forms of men and stuff like that. Exactly, the dude who came up with the term toxic masculinity is called, I wish I could remember. Somebody look it up. It's mytho-poetic or something like that. The dude Shepard Bliss. Okay. Shepard Bliss.
Okay.
The dude, yeah.
I'll look it up.
And so this is the dude who gave us the term toxic masculinity. And all I'm saying is that I don't know much of anything that white folks come up with that's for our benefit, but the term is legit. Seriously, the toxic masculinity, like it is a thing. But I just call it racism, white supremacy too. It's just all the same shit. Because we could take it off. We could take it off of there and say, oh no, it's a patriarchal system. Okay, yeah, and it's still racism, white supremacy. We could take it off of there and say, oh no, it's sexism. Okay, and it's still racism, white supremacy. Like for real. But
hemogenic masculinity.
No, not that. But he did that too. It's something poetic. Literally, it's poetic is in the word. Mytho-poetic masculinity.
You said, who am I looking for? Shepard
Bliss.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, when it comes to black men, though, when it comes to black men and the masculinity, like, I think it's completely toxic by nature. Wait, what you talking about the gay shit, Focus? I don't know what you was talking about.
Oh, kissing ass to get. Speaking truth to women is way more powerful than blowing smoke up their ass. Okay. I don't see revisioning masculinity.
Come on, we looking at the damn phone.
I know.
Doing the show.
Well, I don't know what you're
somebody else.
looking for.
If somebody interested in it, they could look up the dude.
Yeah, Shepard Bliss,
and they could find it. But the dude, yeah. I was just saying to say that the person who coined the term toxic masculinity is
a white dude.
And that's not the point. It's just that, like, what is his purpose and what is his framework and what is his here it is. You'll see here. Here. You go to the next question. Let me see.
What is the next question? What's healthy masculinity? I thought we already answered that.
Mytho-poetic.
Mytho.
M-Y-T-H-O poetic. Mytho-poetic.
Okay.
Masculine, but yeah. Oh, shoot.
I thought we talked about what's healthy masculinity. I think it's just, I think it's not taking advantage of your natural roles that you're supposed to have as a man. Because I think when you break it down, when you get down to the root of some of it, it's abusing your role as a man.
Where does it come from, though? Where do we get toxic masculinity from?
All right. So I think that this is a whole cycle. I think we learn it from society. I think we also learn it from our parents, even our mothers. Our boys see their mothers being treated a certain way or acting a certain way towards men, and I think that that coupled with like society, the music, all of that, I think that that's where we learn this toxic. Not only that, we're for ourselves. Like black people, we just think about ourselves. We don't think about other people. And so when we think about what we need to make ourselves look good. And so what is it that we need to make ourselves look good? And society says you need to have a car, you need to have girls, you need to have this, you need to have that. And so you'll do whatever it is that you can to get that. And I think that's, I'm saying what toxic and not telling you how you learn it. But I think it's from society and from our parents and the things that we watch and the things that we listen to.
Did we ever touch about it? Is there a difference between black male masculinity and white male and non-black masculinity?
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
I think we did. Did we talk about that? The difference between white masculinity, environment, white masculinity and black masculinity? Did we talk about that? I felt like we did earlier.
I don't know. I just know that.
Mm-hmm.
I just know that, like, with black men, it's just different because of the psychological abuse that black people endure just in general. So that look good is just 10 times worse.
Mm-hmm.
It's just 10 times worse. Like the look good, the ego is just worse because you've been told for so long that you ain't shit.
Right.
And you got to show everybody I am actually the shit.
Right.
Times
Exactly.
4.
Right.
And I'll fuck you up if you try to. You know what I mean? Some of us really walk around with that air, or it's in the back of us, like it's always this competition. So that just make it. Go ahead.
Nope, because what I was about to say doesn't have anything to do with it. I was going to say something, but it was petty.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
Yeah, I'm not going to be petty.
No reason. Not for any reason.
Okay. All right. I want you to get into your whole spiel. I do.
About what part?
About all of it, because I know you have a lot to say, but you didn't write it down here. So I would like to hear what you have to say about this whole thing.
Oh, focus daily. See what the rest is.
When did a man become an issue? Being a man.
And that's kind of...
Right!
So hang on. Because that's a good question.
Yes.
Because that's a good question because the thing about black men's masculinity is different and more intense due to the black man's situation and position in society is so different and rooted from oppression. Indeed. Absolutely, Lisa. And like... The thing about toxic masculinity is just like most things in this system is that they're so wicked that they make sense in a sense, and it sucks us into it because it lures us into just being in the system. With this toxic masculinity, it's created by them. It's created by their same system that will put on movies and video games where you could damn near rape women on a video game, a kid. Like, think about it, right? Like, as I say this, I say it and we're so desensitized to stuff like this that I just say it and it's like, okay, yeah, and, right? But think about it. You literally could visually see yourself having sex, basically real sex, on a video game. Just, right? That's just one thing. And then let's not talk about the movies and everything else. So this aggression that's in us, and the same people who will tell you that like sex and everything is bad. Like, you could be looking at a video and bam, here goes some titties, here goes some ass. Seriously, you could be looking at YouTube, looking up something innocent, your kids, and on the right side of the pane, somebody's ass is showing up,
right?
And it's saying Looney Tunes or some shit, right?
Right.
So this is something that is given to us by them, and instead of us looking at who's the real enemy, we see how messed up us as black men is. In a lot of cases, and we just kill us. We say, y'all patriarchal, y'all that's that toxic masculinity, instead of looking at the bigger picture, at the invisible hand that's in all of it, racism, white supremacy, and saying, hold on, I'm gonna show you a little bit compassion. I know you fucked up, I know you are, cause this the part that ain't just on us, cause some of y'all on the other side will just see that we fucked up and just use that against us to the point where it's like, see, this is why I don't fuck with y'all. I ain't fuck with y'all toxic masculinity. Instead of looking at it with compassion and saying, no, we gonna work through this, y'all just want to use it against somebody to get on y'all high horse. Whatever high horse it is, whether it's I'm a better black man, I'm a better black man than you, whether it's I'm a feminist and fuck black men, whether it's I'm in another relationship, so fuck black, whatever it is, right? But a lot of y'all use this toxic masculinity term to y'all, man, for real, y'all use it as a weapon against your own people. That's not okay. And y'all know y'all do, and it's just not okay. It's a real thing. Yes. How can we work on it though, and not just be like, that's toxic masculinity, fuck you.
Right, because that's what I see when I see that term used.
Literally, that's toxic masculinity, fuck you.
And here's the thing that irritates me about the term toxic masculinity is it is literally used in the wrong way. Anytime a man actually has an opinion, now I'm not going to say anytime, but this is when I see these things happening. When a man has his opinion and it's not in agreement with what some women say or what some women's opinion is, and he says what his view is, then all of a sudden it's toxic masculinity. Now they feel bullied because you're not agreeing with whatever it is that they're saying. You're disagreeing with them, and then all of a sudden that they feel threatened by that, and because they feel threatened, which is their shit, not yours.
Right.
It's their shit. Right. But because they feel threatened by it, all of a sudden now it's toxic masculinity,
and it's almost a cop out.
And misogyny.
Once it's getting real, once it's getting real, when somebody's challenging you in your beliefs, that's toxic masculinity. That's just patriarchal.
That's ridiculous.
You're being violent.
Right.
You're not, for real.
Right.
Seriously. Y'all know who y'all is. Y'all need to stop.
You do.
It's just
Please
not okay.
stop.
For real.
This is one, and just yet another thing that divides us as a community. As Black people, this is another thing that divides us. Not only that, and this is a little bit off, but not. I think that we could balance this out and help out with this toxic masculinity if we would just step into the roles that we're naturally supposed to be in.
How about that? All the way, though. All the way.
For
real.
And the thing about that is because the thing about that is that women need to understand that stepping into that role and allowing your man to be the masculine man that he is, stepping into your role as a woman is not losing power. You never lose the power to say, no, I'm not doing that. You never lose that power.
And trust me, hang on, because when you just said that, like it just made me think about like when I see toxic masculinity literally manifest within us, and it's when you show your power, and I feel like I'm losing losing you, shit, not even power, but just like I don't have you. I don't have the control over your whatever, your heart, your mind, your never your body. I don't ever like, motherfucker, come here. I ain't got a problem with that. But you know what I'm saying? Seriously, sometimes I really feel like weak, man, and I like lash out, and then after I'm like, what the fuck? And that's not me. That's not nothing that's in me. Seriously, that's some shit that comes from somewhere else, yo. And that's real life toxic masculinity. Real shit. When I really be honest and sit back on it and really think about it, how I'll be acting, sometimes it be some on some bullshit that ain't got shit to do about me. For real. But go ahead. I'm sorry, I just interrupted you.
But do I make you feel like you're not in control, or that you're not the head of our household?
No, that's what I'm saying. But this is where toxic masculinity.
But then because I have a voice. Exactly. This man, he's the one who runs our household, but I still have a voice, and it is that communication and that trust with each other that helps that to happen. I still have my voice. Women, you don't lose your voice.
Hang on, hold on, wait. You said I run the household, right? What that $30 you owe me? You see?
First of all, you run the household, and I don't owe you any money because you're the one providing all the money. Then, right?
I'm messing with you. Go ahead, talk about your voice.
Anyway, I don't remember what I was going to say.
You ain't got no
distracted
voice.
Me. It's exactly. I don't have a voice. That's it.
But seriously though, because when it's that balance, when it's the balance, see, this is how you know when it's some toxic shit going on, whether it's femininity, masculinity, gayalinity, LGBTalinity, it's when it's the attention and it's unbalanced. It's just unbalanced when it don't have to be. When we own our shit and she do the feminine thing and whatever it is, and sometimes I'll be laying on her shit. Sometimes I get to land on her lap in her shit. For real, it's just how the hell that we feel. But it's a balance. It's a balance of a masculinity and femininity. We don't just all have estrogen. We don't just all have look, I can't even think what I got.
You have testosterone.
Testosterone, yes. But I still got a little bit of some of the other stuff in me too.
Everybody does. Too.
Right.
Everybody does.
That's what I'm saying, because we need the balance.
Yes.
We need the balance. It's not just about being all the time. I need to be soft sometimes too, shit. And sometimes you need to put your foot down and say, hold on. And that's when I'm like, motherfucker, damn. God damn. That's when all the toxic masculinity come up.
He does not like that.
Damn. Just think about it right now. I don't know what to do. I just freeze his hand.
You okay?
Let's shrivel up and shit.
Oh, don't do that.
Don't do that. Okay. Focus. Anyway, but toxic masculinity is real. at the end of the day, like, I want to make sure that we not using it as weapons against one another.
Yes.
Even when it's real, y'all. I'm
Yes.
serious. I'm especially talking to the people who like toxic masculinity come out your mouth every other word, man. Every time you see a brother post something, it's toxic masculinity.
Almost the way that some
Real
people
talk.
use the word racist. Like, it
Real
just, they
talk.
just
That's
throw
racist.
it out. Just,
Y'all know how the kids be saying, that's racist.
And I work in a school,
Like,
and that's
that's
just
masculinity.
racist. It
You
got
gay.
nothing to do with nothing.
Right.
Yeah.
For real though, the black man's biggest problem is fear. Focus Daily Man, my guy got all the opinion. Is fear of not getting what they want because they stand for what's natural and righteous. Where
Wait,
you go?
I can't
Where you
get
go?
it. Okay,
What's
sorry.
righteous?
Instead,
they fake it till they make it, creating problems in the man and woman
Yes.
dynamics. I hear you, man. I know you got a lot more to say. You can't get all your thoughts out in a little couple sentences that you're writing, but yeah. A lot of that is in there. Obviously, it's not universal for all of us, but a lot of that is in there. Though,
as we're
focus.
talking about this, I'm noticing that there is a role that we as women play in adding to this toxic masculinity.
In what way?
Thinking,
Speak on it quick.
I'm thinking. I think there's just that pushback. Like, if we're not allowing a man to be in his natural state, in his natural role, if we're not allowing that, then I think there's that pushback where it's coming back even more strong. Like, it's putting that foot down in a more aggressive manner that may come off as being toxic. I don't know.
I don't think I followed you.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just talking. I just feel like there may be we may play some kind of a role.
What did you say? What was it? How when you put your foot down? How was putting your foot down?
Your foot. If there's a push, if a woman is not allowing you to be, okay, we've kind of gotten to this before because you get upset sometimes if I question you, like, are you sure you did such and such?
Yeah.
Are you sure you did such and such?
Okay.
And you're like, can you just let me?
Right.
Can you just let me be great?
And
Shit.
for real,
and accept that I'm great, and just trust me with it.
And seriously, and on some real shit. And this is, if anybody, any of your exes or anything, I really feel like it's because you used to being with some slow motherfuckers, some people who just ain't on. I'm just saying that's what it seems like when you be like. It seems like
it's not
less
that.
of a personality.
I am used to being in control.
Okay.
That's what that is.
That makes some more. That makes sense too, because I look at it like, who do you think I am? Like, I ain't slow.
I'm used to being in control. So if I'm in control, I know what's happening. Now I'm allowing you to do it, and I'm like, okay, but I don't know though. Did you do it the right way?
That makes way more sense.
Yes.
Way more sense.
Yes.
Way more sense, because that's true about driving.
I have been allowed to be in control in my past relationships, and now I'm taking a step back and I'm allowing. Do you hear that I'm saying I'm allowing? Because that's what that is.
No.
Yes, it is.
I want this on the record. So next time I ask you to do something, I need that shit done immediately, since you like to be in control of stuff.
What happened? What are you talking about? What's that mean?
Anyway, to be continued.
Anyway, I am allowing. Do you understand that? Women allowing, because we're never not in control of ourselves. Never. Never not in control of ourselves. Never not in control of the decisions that we want to make that are best for us. Because at the end of the day, everyone takes care of themselves mentally. And so if something is not good for us mentally or spiritually, it is our job to make decisions as to how we're going to handle that situation. So we're never not in control, but we're allowing our men to be in the role that they are naturally supposed to be in my opinion.
I understand what you're saying. I agree. Let me see what you said.
When a woman doesn't get her way, she seeks a man that will let her do anything, which causes a chain of reaction of men putting up with anything in order to not lose.
That you just said a lot of stuff, Focus, but that one is one I don't agree with the, and maybe for somebody, but I feel like that's less popular, or that's less prevalent than some of the other stuff that she's saying. That's why I say that I agree with that one. The one where when a woman don't get her way, she seeks a man to let her do anything. That's probably true for some women. I didn't seen a lot of relationships. I didn't know a lot of people in relationships. I know a lot of friends. I haven't seen that a lot. That's not nothing I've seen a lot, you know. But usually women like that, they just stay single or do a lot of
see, and I don't know that that's necessarily true. when a woman doesn't get her way, she seeks a man that will let her do anything. I don't think so. I'm gonna let y'all in on this secret.
Exactly,
I'm gonna let y'all in on this secret. We want you guys to be in control. We want you guys to be in charge. And I can't, I know I can't speak for all women, because there's some women who are like, I'm gonna do this shit. I don't need no man, whatever. But that stems from a whole nother thing. In the natural order, we want you to be in charge. We want you to take care of shit, because we got our own shit that we're supposed to take care of.
And what I hear you saying is that some of it just ain't up for the job.
I mean,
the
thing about women is we're resilient and we can do the shit. It's just that, should we have to?
And now this is the part where it gets deeper for us, because it's more cultural, and this is where the whole racial pride and everything else come in. Because if we take pride in ourselves, and when we start caring about ourselves, we'll raise better men and women instead of raising them in this in the white system and saying, "Here's this white system. Be your best in this white system."
Right?
Of course not.
Yeah, not at all.
Oh yeah. No. Of course, focus. No, man. Of course. We'll say some personal shit, but no, of course, man. I was just saying that point of view about the women who don't get they way. I just haven't seen that a lot. That's all. That's it. Yes. All the time. Ain't nothing but love. But yeah. It is interesting how it come in and out of our relationships.
Adani says island lifestyle is really the women who are in charge, like a chessboard.
Absolutely, but this is like true in this in I would say, like, I ain't gonna say in a real black relationship, but in a lot of black homes, a lot of real old school black homes, it's a matriarch. Everybody come to grandma's house on holidays. The women has got everything up in order. When the women say, y'all get y'all ass out of this room and go to that room, like, everybody's chop. If grandma say everybody come to church, I don't care how atheist you is, how agnostic you is, yes, you coming. Like, am I right, though?
It's true.
The women run the families, man.
It is true.
The women run black families.
We are the glue.
Period. And what happened is that white folks know this because they know us better than we do in certain senses. So what they did was give the women more control. But what they was doing was stripping the control from the man. So the natural order, the man is going to jail. The man don't have any power. And then you're giving the women more power and giving the women more opportunities, more than the men. Look at everything that you see in 2019, from like 2000, since the 2000s, really, all of the achievements of blacks. Look at the percentage. I wish I did this study. Somebody do the study. You're welcome. See what percentage of it is women, of black people making achievements, like first black judges and all this other stuff. Do the research and see how many of them is women. Guaranteed a huge percentage of it is women, because they're putting the women on top, because the women is going to be on top, and going who else is on top is the men up top, is going to be the white men.
The white men.
Positions, and we falling for it too, right? We really are. And then the men is we still in jail and chasing hood rats and white girls and shit. So, and
this is not to say that black women do not deserve to be in positions of power. That is not to say that. But what's happening is the agenda and the way that they're using that. So they put it on this golden plate and say, look at this. Look at how good these women are. Look at how but really there's a whole other thing that's happening that's destroying the family and the dynamic.
And all the while you're pushing everything is toxic masculinity, while at the same time teaching all about LGBTQ everything. Everything. Mind you, as I say that, I'm not talking about LGBTQ people in general. I'm talking about the agenda to emasculate black men.
Yeah.
And if y'all can't see that, even if you in the LGBTQ community, you're not being honest. I can honestly say that. We can do. I even debate somebody about that, and I ain't even well versed on it. And I know I could just do a little bit of research and prove that point. It is a guaranteed agenda to emasculate black boys early.
And the thing is, like, I really wish that, and maybe it's the way that we're presenting it or whatever, but I know that a lot of people in the LGBTQ community, they get offended when that's said, when they don't like the word agenda. That freaks them out, the word agenda. And no, I did. LGBTQ
I know. I'm just messing with you. I know.
Talking about the community, because I do have I do have some friends.
Man, I got friends and family
that are exactly.
And I chop it up with them just like this. And guess what?
I have been told. I have been told that the
agenda
word agenda is is uncomfortable for them. However, it was a white person, and I said agenda means something different in our community.
Right.
So
I want to talk about a black agenda.
Right.
Period.
So I do think that there's a lot of things that are being used through that community to destroy many families. So and I think that they're using laws that are for that community to actually bring pedophilia into play, because the pedophilia community is using a lot of the laws and the rights that they have now. In
and who's community. The pedophilia community?
White people.
Middle-aged, insecure white men.
Middle-aged, insecure white men.
These are facts, though. You just spit some game that people ain't even paying attention to, though.
It is true, though. They are using a lot of the rights and a lot of the things with transgender and things. Literally. They're using those same things and twisting it around and saying...
and they literally shipping in little girls and boys from other countries right now. Now. And y'all know this shit, but y'all want to talk about that part of it. Anyway,
that's
we talking about masculinity,
thing.
right?
Yeah,
we talking about something totally
But I'm
different.
just saying, think about that one.
But look at that. Look at what we just did. All of that actually goes into it. What you just said, because all that goes back to the toxic masculinity of these middle-aged, insecure white men having their way. And they playing with us. While we talking about toxic masculinity, they playing with some little boy's booty. Right. And I'm not trying to be derogatory, but it's low-key true. Yeah. I mean, shit, the truth is just straight up. Sometimes we keep on doing it like we need it now.
Right.
But I don't got much else to say. Thank y'all for being interactive.
Yes, thank you.
This is a good topic, man. I wish could have did more. Excuse me, the purpose. Anyway, you got some last words on it?
No, I don't. Well, we'll talk about feminism another time. What are we going to talk about next video? When are we doing the next video? Couple weeks.
It's still gonna be a couple weeks.
Love you, Lisa.
It'll be on. Would it be on something relationship?
Should we do relationship?
Let's see if we can see. Ooh, wait. Can't show that shit.
Please don't. Let's see. We've already done that. Should we do relationship one next time, or should we do just some regular stuff?
Let's do the issues of being with dating a mixed person. You want to?
You want to fight?
You want to?
Okay. All right. So in a couple weeks, apparently,
we can do gender roles.
We're going to talk about the issues of being with or dating a mixed person. I mean, we don't know anything about that.
Because I got some issues with you. I got some shit. Matter of fact, yes.
Go ahead and start the outline right now.
We got some
and I will add my shit.
I'm putting her on blast.
Put me on blast. You could try. I know I'm great. So
I didn't say you wasn't great.
And just because
what?
Never mind.
You're right. Save it.
Save it. I don't even. I have to claim mixed because that's what I am, but that's not what I claim.
Right. You blacker than most. You blacker than some of the blackest people who I know, and that's just a fact. For real. I wish somebody would.
Shit.
And then the song would come on or something, and I'd be like, well she do got that shit in her.
Sorry, guys.
Anyway, I'm saying goodnight. I'm tapping out.
Yep.
You got something to say to the people?
No,
Thank y'all for tuning in, man. We'll see y'all next time.
All right. See you in a couple weeks.
Peace.